Katie Uhlmann reporting for TTN-HD Production Live here in Toronto, Ontario with comedian Dave MERHEJE. What inspired you to get into comedy?
I think I didn't actually know anything about like stand-up comedy at first. I think I just wanted to be like a David Letterman or a Jay Leno. Then when I was a kid, I made fun of my aunt when I was like 9 or 10 at the dinner table. My mom started laughing. And I was like, oh man, that's wicked. You keep making fun of my aunt. Because we had like a beef, I guess, when we were kids, when I was a kid. And then after that, my aunt's kid, Danny, is my cousin. So it was him and my sister. We used to make in my grandmother's house, we used to go, let's do a scene from a sitcom. So we'd give each other characters and we'd act it out. And then we'd be like action and cut.
Do you still make fun of your aunt in your comedy routines?
No, it was like when I was a kid. This is like to her face, more or less, not in stand-up. But then I started I wanted to do stand-up when I was 14. Mm-hmm. I told my best friend, and he was confused. I remember we were in his basement, and I just turned to him. I was like, yo, man. I was like, yo, man, Oprah makes a lot of money. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I want to be a comedian. Like, I had no. He's like, there's no segue. I was like, I don't know, I just felt like saying it. And then when I was 20, I started doing it. Trying it at least.
And what has been the most rewarding part of being a comedian so far?
Just watching the process of just like starting and not getting laughs, I guess, and then just kind of like the journey is the best part about it. I always remember the worst parts about it. I remember the positive, obviously, because it's positive, but the worst or the funniest to look back and go, remember when we did this and this, and you just start laughing. It's just the journey is the best part.
What's the most challenging part about being a comedian?
Drive, I guess, having ambition and keeping faith in chasing it and stuff like that. And I guess making people laugh is tough. It gets tough. Some rooms are tough, I guess.
What's the toughest room you've ever had, or like the most ridiculous situation that you've been in?
Oh, I was telling somebody, it was a friend of mine does improv. They were doing sketch for like kids at a community center, and she's like, yo, you should come down and watch, and it's really cool what we're trying to do for these kids. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'll come down and watch. So I'm sitting in the audience with all these kids. They're like, I must have been 12 years old. One kid had sunglasses on. It was like somewhere near, it was on the East End. I was like, man, this kid's wearing sunglasses, and he's like 12 years old. This guy looks dangerous, and I was very scared. So she goes, okay, now we brought a comedian. He's gonna perform for you guys. And then I was like, oh, and I was looking around. I was like, oh man, I might know him. And she goes, welcome to the stage, Dave MERHEJE. But I was like, Dave MERHEJE. I was like, what? It's like me. And then I had to go up and perform for 12-year-olds. And then as I got up, this kid looked at me. He goes, you better be funny, man. And I'm like, what? You can't heckle me. But it was just very challenging because they're kids.
Are you looking forward to your new job at MTV?
Yeah. I'm very, very pumped. It's been a fun experience already, so I'm very pumped for it.
Okay. And what does your job entail?
I joined the cast of the MTV Live show, so I'll be like, it's more of like a giant. It feels like a giant conversation. So they'll be cutting to you and then asking you questions, and then you get to shoot sketches and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's a cool experience.
How did you get the part?
One of the writers is also a stand-up comic, so I think they're auditioning people, so they send out messages, and it was like a 3-week audition process. Wow. So 3 separate auditions. It was, yeah.
What advice would you give to an aspiring comic?
I would say have fun is the key. Always have fun, because you kind of lose that. You just kind of get jaded, I guess. Sometimes you could get jaded, so it's always have fun. Surround yourself with a positive crew of comedians or people to inspire you and to keep you sane, I guess. And have fun and be yourself, and don't be afraid to take risks ever. And failure, make it your best friend.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you online?
If you go to Facebook, I said that weird. If you go, so weird the way I said it. Facebook and Twitter. So it's like Dave MERHEJE, MERHEJE, and then website is davemerheje.com. But like Twitter and Facebook, man, I think my email or phone number's on there.
Wonderful.
So.
Well, thank you so much, Dave,
thank
and
you.
break a leg at MTV.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for TTN-HD Production Live here in Toronto, Ontario.